along. You're watching Daz Outdoors for a bit of festive fun in the forest. Hope you like the Christmas decor. Haven't been out for a few weeks, so really looking forward to this one. As you can probably notice, those that watch my channel, I've got a new tent. It's the Vango Cairngorm 200 Trek. I wanted something a little bit lighter than the Jackal 2, compromising on the size, and a little bit more room than my Bobcat. So I'm hoping this is going to do the job. So I'll show you around this Vango, if not too much tonight because it's starting to get dark, tomorrow morning. So join me for the festivities in the forest. So here we are, look. Got one door open. There's two doors on this tent. I think they replace this with the Vango Nevis, I think. This one is 5,000 hydrostatic head fly and 6,000 floor. As you can see, it's got quite a large vestibule. So when the doors are closed, if it is hammering down with rain, I put a footprint down. You have got a bit of room. So yeah, there she is, look. You see some bits and pieces inside there, look, the shadows. So as I say, it's a bit more roomy than the Bobcat, well, a lot more roomy than the Bobcat. Not quite so as the Jackal, but it's a lot lighter. This weighs just about 2 kg, slightly heavier than the Bobcat. But I think it's about 60 grams lighter than the Jackal, maybe a bit more. So the ground's not that even, but that is quite taut pitch. But as I say, the Vango Nevis, I believe, is only a 3,000 hydrostatic head. I like to be sure when it comes to waterproofing. Now, I got this from eBay, advertised as new, but when I did pitch it in the garden for the first time, it had clearly been used because the pegs were dirty. Other than that, everything was pucker. So I did message the guy and he gave me 30 quid back, said it was a mistake on his behalf posting it. So there we go. Bit of festive cheer on the Christmas decor. And go on in, usual setup, the fire for 900, memory foam pillow. I've got my pack down the end. Bit more space over there. Some long johns and that for later. As I say, there's the other door. That does have the tension band system in here, but I don't need it tonight because there's not a great deal of wind. Well, I've just been out for a little mosey outside, come back to my tent, and look what I've got here. I've got some decorations up, but more importantly, let's have a look what Santa or the forest elves bought me. Can't wait to show you that. Yeah, just stuffed inside my tent. Not one, but 2 of these Shiraz McGuigan Estate, which I'll have for my dinner later. What a lovely surprise. Not 1 but 2. But that's not all. Stuffed inside my tent were 2 of these brew dogs, Elvis Juice. Aren't I a lucky boy? Nice decor, table decor. So we're going to have that with our dinner tonight, which is a ragu, which is beef and pork ragu with a bolognese sauce. Something simple, and some cheese to go on top of it. But yeah, look at all the splendour of the decorations. Yeah, I'm enjoying this tent at the moment. And I have a chair, Highlander chair, which I'll show you a bit later, so I can lean back and I'm going to watch a movie. Sorry, I beg your pardon, a box set on Netflix later. Right, just chilling in the tent, having a beer, admiring my lovely decorations, and I'm just going to resume watching Netflix Black Dove. When I've had a couple of these, I might consider doing some dinner. and then indulge in some wine and continue watching Black Dove. So yeah, very relaxed, nice and warm in the tent. That's about it for now. So there we are, pork and beef ragu with the cheese melted in. And I'm now going to have one of these McGuigan Estate Shiraz to go with it. So I'll enjoy beef and pork ragu. Melted the cheese on the top. And I've poured, should I say, a McGuigan Estate Shiraz red wine into my little cup of love, which I will swirl away and enjoy with this. Merry Christmas. After a lovely dinner inside the tent, I decided to step outside to stretch my legs, and I looked up to be greeted by this wonderful sky. Good morning. It's about 7:30 and it's time now to make a cup of tea. Great night's sleep last night. Started watching that Black Doves, and I think I got to about episode 3 or 4. It was about 10:30. I thought, right, it's time to go to bed now. Really warm last night. I don't know what the temperature was. It says it's going to get down to about 3 or 4. I didn't feel the cold. I only just put the down jacket on. So yeah, cup of tea I think, and I'll bring you back at first light, which I don't know what it'll be, about 45 minutes I guess, maybe an hour, whilst I'm packing away. But didn't even finish all my wine last night, so not a headache, no hangover. Not that I would have done, but yeah, but there we are. Good morning again. So as promised last night, here's the Vango Cairngorm 200 trek. Daylight's a bit better, so let's start inside. So as you can see, it's quite a big Festive area, Festive porch. So you can imagine when you got you're all zipped up, you've got the whole length or width of the tent. I quite like this. It's like a side entry, and you can vent. I've got it tied up at the moment. You've got 2 zips. You can vent it from the top if you're cooking, if it's hammering down with rain, or just peg it out. As we go on inside, yeah, it's not the flattest pitch, but it did me. I've got the other door open at the moment. There's not a great deal of room. I suppose you could store a pack down there if you wanted to, but that's if there's 2 of you. It's, you know, you can enter and exit both sides. 3 pockets, as well as 2 up in the roof. Vent one end and vent the other, but I just leave these jacked open a little bit to give me a bit more ventilation. So yeah, as we come on back out and take you round. So yeah, there's 4 pegging points, 2 each side, 1 each end. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, there is inside here, you've got the tension band strips that I've got them tucked away in the pockets at the moment. So in strong winds, you can have these out, go through the top of the zip and top of the tent. You see them up there, look. Just keeps the tent a bit more rigid. Sorry for the poor camera work. So yeah, let's have a walk round now that it is daylight. As I say, not a great deal of condensation on the inside of the fly. I think it got down to about 3 or 4 last night. Toasty warm in there. Nice sort of light mossy coloured green. I do favour this colour. I think my OEX Jackal and Bobcat are a wee bit darker, but there we go. Yeah, so what I was saying about undoing the zips here, which I've got, you can probably see up in there, gives me a bit more ventilation. So I'm going to drop this. It's had a bit of an airing. As I say, that's this is somewhere between my Oyax Jackal 2 and my Bobcat 1. Weighs in at about 2 kg. As I say, it's classed as a 2-man, but it's probably a 1.5 person tent. Be a tight squeeze of 2, but that's okay for me. There's more room in there than the Bobcat, but you are compromising on size in comparison to the Jackal. But just doing the last few bits now, tidying away before the off. You've got a lovely, beautiful morning. It's a bit overcast at the moment, but as I say, I mean, was it Storm Dara last week? I didn't fancy coming here, but I remember that branch down last time, so I think I'd have probably been okay here. You got some openings there and where I am. So this spot is my favourite spot, but I am on the look for other spots. So I'll bring you back when I'm ready for the off. Right, that's another wild camp over from myself. Thoroughly enjoyed it. It's only a brief one for me to get out. The tail end of 2024. For those of you that have joined me throughout the year, I've only been doing YouTube a year. Thank you very much for watching my channel, Daz Outdoors. And wherever you are in the world, have a wonderful Christmas. Thanks for watching. See you next year.